I had a lot of opportunities come my way recently since I was actually laid off at my last job. Big shout out to my last job. No hard feelings. I understand the business. It is what it is, but big shout out to that company that I used to work for. But this company that I now work for, I've been applying to for a very long time, and it finally came my way, and there were some sacrifices I had to make, and I had to completely get out of my comfort zone. Is basically the whole part of this video. I had to erase all of the little small whatever was left of. I don't like getting dirty, like all all that had to go away. And it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it's just for the paycheck. Paychecks are pretty solid, and the benefits are pretty solid too. Don't get me wrong, but for self-development, for self-growth, for just being able to challenge myself to do something that I felt as though I wouldn't do and I couldn't do when I was younger. And now I am facing it literally head on. I have nowhere to go in a really small space at times, and I'm able to do that. And I feel as though that is something that literally invokes growth.
Women, I hope the psychologist listening.
Hello, and welcome back to the episode here on the Bridge Reacts. Wow, it's been a long time, and I'm your host here on the channel, Marcus. Thanks so much for stopping by and seeing another episode here on the Bridge. We're talking about good things, great things, and of course, positive things as well. Really appreciate you for watching and of course, checking out our channel here where we believe in long-lasting relationships, stronger dynamics between men and women, bridging the gap instead of, hating each other and saying terrible things. Let's have stronger relationships. Let's heal and grow, unlearn some things, relearn some things, learn some things. Let's be better, do better for the next generation, working class, and of course, community. If you like what we talk about here on the channel, please subscribe, like button, and notification bell as well. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you. And big shout out to all the new subscribers, the new individuals who are checking out the Bridge. You are a bridge builder. If you are, in the comment section, you're liking the videos, you are subscribed to the channel. Really appreciate you. You have no idea what that means to me. Jay on the channel, of course, editing Marcus, and all the other bridge builders. We really appreciate you. You are a part of making this world a better world for the next generation. Thank you so much. We love that. Today's topic we are talking about when it comes to stepping out of your comfort zone, when it comes to, a new opportunity knocking at your door, being able to answer it, not being too scared, not having too much anxiety to not answer that opportunity, because you never know. Even if it's something that you have been conditioned or you have reflected in early childhood and you do not like that. You don't like being in the environment. You don't like being in the conversation, the confliction, the confrontation, whatever it is, whatever it may be. You are an adult now, or at least you are headed to being an adult if you're younger watching this. I give you a great example for myself. So I've been gone, clearly, for a while now. If you are subscribed to the channel, been gone for about 4 weeks. And that is a very long time for the Bridge. Within the last, since we started this year, 2025, been very consistent. Big shout out to us. Consistency is key. We love to see it. But when it comes to a new job opportunity, and when I grew up, I'm not gonna make this video too long, guys, but when I grew up, I was very much so not into really dirty, muddy, gross, I didn't even like things getting all up in between my fingernails. Still kind of don't. I don't like the dirty jobs, the dirty, messy, stuff outside. I don't like bugs, stuff like that. I wasn't really big on that. And you can ask my parents, they will definitely tell you. They didn't even like picnics like that, or when you're going outside with the family and everyone's eating. I was the kid that ate inside. Judge me if you want. I didn't like bugs in my food, extra protein. That's fine with me. You can have that. I'm not going to eat that. I don't do that. I'm not Man versus Wild, I'm not Steve Irwin. I don't do those things. But anyways, my point is that I am now working for a company who does a lot of hazardous waste cleanup and, very dangerous chemicals and substances that will kill you, that will actually do terrible things to your body and, terrible things, horrible things, and we have to be very careful and safe while doing so. I would have never in my life thought that I would end up here. Pays pretty good, and there's a lot of benefits, and you get to learn a lot of new things that I've never known about when it comes to just being in level of safety, this kind of industry or in this environment where you're around a lot of construction individuals, you're around a lot of other companies and a lot of different environments that are very interesting. But a lot of them are messy and dirty, and you got to wear the whole hazmat suit, and you got to get in there. Yeah, you got to get in that confined space, in that hole, whatever it is. You got to do it. And I would have never done something like this when I was growing up, when I was younger. Hated that stuff, bro. I could not stand that. But here I am. And it was an opportunity that caused me my beard. I can't really have a beard because I have to have a respirator and a face mask in order to go into these confined spaces. Anyways, big shout out to all the crew members and all individuals. Big shout out to John. John, you know who you are if you're watching this. Big shout out to you. But I just want to say that, like, when it comes to opportunities that actually may be blessings in your life, and if you're not ready to receive those blessings, they may, they come and go. I don't think that the Most High, or whatever you want to call God, I believe in a God. We believe in God here on this channel, but whatever you believe in, I don't think there's a limited supply of those blessings. They come and go. They are given, and you're able to either open up that door and allow them in, or you can ignore it and be too afraid to, or you just don't want that blessing for whatever reason. To each his own. I had a lot of opportunities come my way recently since I was actually laid off at my last job. Big shout out to my last job. No hard feelings. I understand the business. It is what it is. But big shout out to that company that I used to work for. But this company that I now work for, I've been applying to for a very long time. And it finally came my way, and there were some sacrifices I had to make, and I had to completely get out of my comfort zone. Is basically the whole part of this video. I had to erase all of the little small whatever was left of. I don't like getting dirty, like all that shit had to go away. And it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it's just for the paycheck. Paychecks are pretty solid, and the benefits are pretty solid too. Don't get me wrong, but for self-development, for self-growth, for just being able to challenge myself to do something that I felt as though I wouldn't do and I couldn't do when I was younger. And now I am facing it literally head on. I have nowhere to go in a really small space at times, and I'm able to do that. And I feel as though that is something that literally invokes growth. That is me growing as a person, me allowing something that I never thought I would want to be a part of, the environments of, or around people that I thought I never would be around in this type of line of work. But I'm there. And so far I'm doing a pretty solid job is what I've been told. And just facing it head on is the main thing. Of course, there are small building blocks to it, or stepping stones towards it. It didn't all happen overnight. I had to prep myself. I actually went all the way to Houston. I'm in Richmond in RVA. Shout out to RVA. I had to fly all the way to Houston in Texas. Never been to Texas before, just for training for 2 weeks. That's why I was gone for 2 weeks at first. And then I took a while to start recording. But here we are. But the main thing is that being able to understand that you're not the person that you once were. That's a big part of this as well, of this kind of ramble and monologue to myself, and hopefully you as a viewer taking this in. But you are not the person who you once were. You are not that individual. You are better. You have learned more. You have grown since then. This is a whole new you. Every cell of your body dies, and it births itself. It recreates. It's not every cell. I try to sound smart. It all up. Most cells of your body actually die off, and of course they need to reproduce and multiply and recreate that same exact cell. So literally, physically, you are not the same person you were years ago, and emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even to a degree, you might not be the same person you were back then, and that's perfectly fine. Hopefully it's in a good way, like you're elevating, you're growing, and you're challenging yourself to do other things that you feel as though you would never do, because that is a part of growth. Being uncomfortable, being in that uncomfortable comfort zone, in a sense, like being outside of that comfort zone and conquering things that you feel like you've never would have done in the past. And that's not just for job opportunities, but when it comes to just mindset, being put in certain environments, being put in certain conversations, certain situations, being able to have conversations. These are all big things for relationships. Again, I am no relationship coach. I'm not. You can't come here to get legitimate advice as if I am some kind of doctor. I'm not. I'm just a person. But again, like I've always said, very observant, and I like to talk about these things, and hopefully you do too. If you do, subscribe, like button, notification bell as well. Anyways, the discomfort is temporary. Of course, the confidence is long-term, because of course you are going to be uncomfortable at first. That's the whole point of you being in your comfort zone, because you don't want to try other things that put you out of your comfort zone and make you feel uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable, again, I said that in the beginning of the video, that's where a lot of that growth lies. And even when it comes to being, I guess I could tie this into relationships, right? You feel as though certain things that you've tried before, they don't work. If you try something, the same thing over and over again, that is insanity. Let's not be insane here on the bridge. Let's, be sane individuals. And again, pass that over to the next generation. We can be better and stronger and heal, man. That's what it's all about. But this was just a little bit of a getting back to the channel, getting back to recording, sitting here in front of the microphone, camera, in front of you guys. Again, I really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for stopping by and seeing the episode here on the bridge. And we're going to have more content. We're going to be consistent again. I am trying to find a great equilibrium when it comes to posting videos. I have to edit my videos too. I still do the edits, and then also this full-time job. So bear with me. I am not sacrificing the channel for this job, but I need to make money. I need to provide for myself and my loved ones. That's kind of the whole point, right? So I have to balance that. I'm trying to find that balance. So please be patient with me, everyone. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter video. But you guys tell me what your thoughts are when it comes to, being uncomfortable, leaving that comfort zone, learning new things. What are some new things you've learned recently? Please tell me. I'll be there in the comment section when I can, and I'll go ahead and respond to you guys, of course, as always. You guys have a nice one. Be safe out there. Be blessed. Practice your 365 safety. And if you're dealing with dangerous chemicals and substances, wear your respirator, okay? Don't go in those holes without respirators. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and you guys have a nice one. Be safe. See you.